Hi everyone. In this session we are going to discuss productivity of different ecosystem. In last session we discussed about what is productivity and what are types, right? So now definitely the productivity will differ from ecosystem, the environment to environment, okay, the place to place. So that thing we are going to discuss in this. So the primary productivity of an ecosystem is not determined by size and number of population, right? The primary productivity will not depend, it's not depend on the size and the number of population, but by the rate of total fixation of radiant energy. For example, we can say less number of plants will be there, but it will trap more number of sunlight. So it has the ability to trap more number of sunlight. Okay, so in case in another side, how we can say more population is there, that is more number of plants are there, but we can't say that all the plants are trapping the maximum sunlight. It depends, right? So this primary productivity, it's not depends on the size and number of population, and on what basis it will be? It will be the rate of total fixation of radiant energy. How much radiant energy will be fixed by the plants at the given time. Okay, so here in this diagram, we just go through this diagram. Open oceans, you just see it has a bigger one, and it has the ability to trap more sunlight, so the productivity will be more. And a tropic rainforest, so here it's here also the trapping of sunlight is more, so that the productivity is more. Temperate forest here also, but when compared with these open oceans, these things are very less. Okay, and you just see next. Even though the population is more and the size is more, and if it failed to trap the sunlight, and there will be no proper productivity. So that will explain in this diagram. Okay, just to see here, generally the average world net primary productivities of open ocean and tropical rainforest. Okay, open ocean and tropical rainforest are maximum among aquatic and terrestrial ecosystem. Okay, clear. So ocean will come under aquatic, tropical will come under terrestrial ecosystem. So here only we are finding more productivity. The energy production is more. That means the trapping of sunlight is more. So the plants are trapping more sunlight, and it converts this light energy into chemical energy. Okay, so that is happening here in a larger amount. So maximum amount is happening in tropical rainforests as well as in oceans. Okay. So here a very important thing we are going to discuss, concept of tropic level in an ecosystem. So here the tropic means to food or feeding. Okay, so here tropic level. So a tropic level refers to the position of an organism in the food chain. Position of an organism. Okay, so position of an organism in the food chain. So we know very well what is food chain. Okay, so now the number of tropic levels is equal to number of steps in the food chain. So the tropical level is equal to how many steps are there in the food chain. Okay, so here the green plants, we know very well they are the primary producers. So without the green plants there is no productivity, and further organisms will not be there, right? So the green plants are the producers. So we are keeping these green plants in the first level, first tropic level we are keeping it. Okay, so in the level 1, what we are keeping? We are keeping the primary, green plants, because they are the primary producers. So it will come under, we are keeping the place of the plant is T1. Okay. And next, the energy produced by the producer is utilized by the plant eaters. That is, we know herbivores, which eats plants. Okay, so herbivores, it eats plants. So that will come under second. So they are the primary consumers because it eats the plants directly. So herbivores are the consumers. Okay, so that will come under primary consumers. Okay, so that will stand in second tropic level, that is T2. Yes, in T2 place, which will be their herbivores. Now, these herbivores will be eaten by carnivores. For example, herbivores, we can say goat. It eats grasses, right? So plants it will eat. So now this goat will be eaten by the tiger. So that will come under carnivores. Okay. So which occupy the third trophic level, that is T3. They are also called secondary consumers because the primary consumers are herbivores that will be eaten by the carnivores. So they are coming under the secondary consumers or primary carnivores. Okay. Next, the carnivores are eaten by other carnivores which occupy the fourth trophic level. Okay. Just to see here, go through this diagram. Autotroph plants, the plant is eaten by the rabbit which come under herbivores. Right now this rabbit will be eaten by the snake, so which will come under carnivores, primary carnivores. Now the snake will be eaten by the eagle, so that is the secondary carnivores. Okay, omnivores, you just see here, crow, so which eats plant products and animal flesh of other animals also, so that will come under omnivores. So this is the trophic level. So in the first trophic level, what we keep? We are keeping plants because they are the primary producers. And in the secondary level, herbivores. In tertiary level, carnivores. Okay, and T4 and secondary carnivores will come. Okay, so now they are the tertiary consumers or secondary carnivores. Yes, so this is very important. So they are the secondary carnivores. And some organisms, already we discussed, omnivores which eats both herbivores as well as flesh of other organisms also. So that will come under omnivores, right? So such organisms may occupy more than one trophic level in the food chain. So this is the speciality of omnivores. So it will not maintain any one level because it will be there in the here also because it eats plants. So we can keep this one in T2 level also, T3 level also, T4 level also. So it will come in the food chain and any place it will come. So such organisms may occupy more than one trophic level in food chain. We can't say that it has to be in one. No. Right? Yes. And next one is energy flow. So now what the plants did? The plants prepared the food and that will be given to next level, right? So transfer of energy in an ecosystem. Transfer of energy in an ecosystem between trophic levels can be termed as energy flow. Now we know the trophic level, right? So here we discussed whether the plants are in T1, rabbits are in T2. So like that we kept the place. So now from the plants, how much energy is prepared by the plants, out of that some amount of energy will be taken by these herbivores. Next, some amount of energy will be taken by the primary carnivores from the herbivores. So the energy will be transferred from T1 to T2, T2 to T3, T3 to T4, like that. The energy will be transferred, right? So that we are calling as energy flow. So what is that? Transfer of energy in an ecosystem between trophic levels can be termed as energy flow. It is the key function in an ecosystem. Okay, so what is the key function in an ecosystem? That is energy flow is the key function. Okay, so now part of the energy obtained from the sun by producer transfer to the consumer. So next level, consumer to decomposers through each trophic level while some amount of energy is dissipated. That means not all the energy will be given. So for example, here you just see plants are preparing the food by means of photosynthesis process. So for example, already I said 100%, you just imagine. So not exactly the 100% is taken by the herbivores. No, it's not possible. While transferring, some amount of energy will be lost as heat. Okay, while it receiving, it may get 80%, not 100%. Okay, and from here, it will eaten by the carnivores, right? So now here, it already having 80%, not the 80% energy will be transferred to the carnivores. No, some amount of energy will be released as heat. Okay, and the plants decomposes also there. We just see here also the energy from this decomposes to the plants or from the plants to the decomposes. Energy will not be given 100%. Some amount of energy will be lost as heat. Okay, and one important thing, energy flow is always unidirectional. So this one we have to concentrate. So it is always unidirectional in an ecosystem. It is not a reversible. Unidirectional, one way only it will go. Okay, so this is energy flow. right? So in this session, what we discussed, so productivity of different ecosystem, definitely it will varies based on the consumption of the sunlight, right? So now open ocean, tropic rainforest, they are getting the maximum